Welcome back to the channel. My name's Adam Smith, and inside this game unboxing video, let's check out Deep Regrets. For those unfamiliar with this one, it landed on crowdfunding in the past and has now landed, and it states right on it, an unfortunate fishing game. That's exactly what it is. You'll be pulling progressively more horrifying things out of the ocean as you go through this game. You'll decide what to eat, what to sell, what to mount, and how many regrets you're willing to carry as you push yourself too far and spiral towards a thrilling conclusion in this strategic horror fishing game. Now, as someone that grew up in Nova Scotia in Canada, I have a full appreciation for the fishing industry, and the wrap that they placed in this box is bang on to the theme. Absolutely love this, as if they've gone ahead and wrapped up a fish for us, but instead there's a box inside. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up Deep Regrets. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the first wrap in a long time I've taken off a board game and not torn it to shreds, so I wanted to keep this so I can actually take a look over it later on. You'll notice on the far left-hand side says the Inverness Courier, July 2nd, 1909. And while it might be tough to read anything on camera here, you definitely can read this if you've got this paper in front of you. With the wrap out of the way, here's a look at the box itself. Let's go ahead and flip it over and take a look at the back of it. Now, as we take a look at the back of the box, you'll notice UV spot printing. As I move the box, you'll see that shimmer across the back of it. You'll also see the contents through the center, illustrations about how things look and feel. Also, there's some comedic relief throughout this game. You'll see at the bottom here, plastic isn't one of the horrors in this ocean. By using wood paper materials plus one metal fish coin, we kept as much plastic out of Deep Regrets as possible. And it's got the most unsettling fishing board game ever created in the top left-hand corner. And you've got the ocean gone mad, there's a catch, and what will you reel in? So it's going to be a lot of interesting fun with that H.P. Lovecraft tie-in to a fishing game. When the box lid is removed, you're going to find all kinds of crazy artwork inside the box lid. Fantastic artwork, in my opinion. Looks absolutely awesome, and it's covering all sides of this box. When you first open up the box, you're going to run into the Angler's Guide to Fishing. We're going to take a look inside this in just a moment, but I'll show you a couple more components on top here. There's a recessed dashboard here called Ocean Madness. It has cards, fair value, foul value, and max dice in columns, as well as rows here. You have the recessed areas on the left-hand side of this board, which is always nice to see whenever you're using some type of tracker. And then underneath this, you have an ocean survey. Now, we're only just starting the unboxing, and already the artwork is grabbing me. I'm very impressed by what I see so far. Let's take an up-close look at this ocean survey. The individual that the survey is undertaken is written here, departure date, completion date. The equipment purchases are all listed out here, as well as the cost. And on the right-hand side, we have recorded findings of small fish. And here's a little further down the sheet. You can see more equipment on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, more small fish, and examples of how things are marked out. For instance, this one is foul. There are multiples of these sheets, and they are double-sided. On the opposite side of the sheet, you'll see middling fish and large fish. And you'll track these types of fish in each of these columns. Now it's time to get inside the Angler's Guide. On the left-hand side, you'll see an index as well as an introduction. It states, being married to the sea is a toxic relationship. On the right-hand side, listed out components. We're going to take a look at all of these up close. On the next page, you'll be pulled in by the overview, and the catch of the game will be highlighted. And you'll also see a very cool illustration on the right-hand side. She looks quite hungry. Next up, we see an example of the player setup on the left, the port setup on the right, and the bottom right, the sea setup. You'll see an illustration of these things through the center of these two pages. It now gets into the how to play section of the book, the 4-day phases. You have the start, refresh, declaration, and action. I really like already how this rulebook is laid out. These pages highlight sea actions like how to fish, how to abandon ship, and free actions. And it's followed by fish anatomy and also how to identify fish difficulty. And not just the difficulty matters, also the type of fish matters. It shows you how to figure that out, as well as the fish abilities. Now we're inside the port action section, talking about how to sell a fish, how to shop, how to mount, and also free actions. Next up is the regrets section, which ties right into the name of the game, Deep Regrets. And as I mentioned earlier on, this is absolutely inspired in some part by the H.P. Lovecraft universe. So you've got the madness section here and the effects of madness. For those of you that are interested in solo and cooperative play, you're going to start to see that on page 23, the Ocean Survey, a quest for knowledge, and the setup along the right-hand side. And here's an up-close view of that page so you can read it more in depth. Solo and cooperative is broken into its own how to play, and it has a phase 1 refresh and a phase 2 survey, and then it has cataloging on the right-hand side. And that takes us right to the back of the rulebook, where we see an appendix, as well as on the left-hand side, the week's end, where you go through and count your regrets, you jettison fish, you bring to port, you unlock equipment, and then you get back out there and do more fishing. Next up, we have the sea board here, very vibrant board with different levels of the sea at depth 1, 2, and 3. You'll see across the top, it mentions cast, trigger, pay, catch, or dine, and has a spot for ships on the left-hand side, graveyard slots on the right-hand side, and it shows dinks up there in the top right. So the seaboard when you're out at sea, and then when you're in port, you've got the port board. Again, you have your ships here on the left-hand side. Your making port is all broken out here. Your port actions you can do. You got a rod shop, a reel shop, a supply shop, a dice shop, and you've got days of the week across the top right. You also have regrets on the far right-hand side, whether they're new regrets or discarded regrets. The game also includes a drawstring bag, and also a number of angler dashboards. Let's go ahead and take a look at each of these. I'll show you the back side of them as well. Lots of interesting characters, and again, the artwork is absolutely awesome. I love it. It works really well for this game. I think this is going to be a fun one to get to the table. Definitely has presence for sure. We're going to flip it over to the opposite side. Oh my gosh, these individuals are going sideways real quick. This looks like something straight out of Innsmouth. With all the main boards, dashboards, and booklets out of the way, we get to the bottom of the insert, which you can see clearly here. The angler dashboards we just took a look at will fit right inside that recessed area there, which is just above where there's a number of card decks. We'll take an up-close look at each of these in just a moment. There's some punch boards to go through, as well as some wooden tokens. And that, my friends, is going to do it for the game unboxing video for Deep Regrets. There is a small box expansion that came as part of the crowdfunding campaign. I'm not sure if this mini expansion will be available outside of the crowdfunding campaign, but I want to show you what's inside anyway. This mini expansion is called Lamentable Tentacles, and on the back of it, it states, as if the ocean wasn't bad enough, this expansion adds 18 spanking new fish to torment and horrify players, including the great old one himself, plus 5-player ability cards that are dealt out at the start of the game, introducing new game mechanics and scaling with your madness. What's not to loathe? And now that's going to truly do it for the game unboxing for Deep Regrets. Really hope this was informative and helping you see everything that came inside of the crowdfunded version of the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you've already got this one and you've gotten it to the table already. Would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks again for watching, and as always, keep on rolling solo.